Welcome everybody. We're going to be talking to my good friend Danni Rodi. She is a singer and also a survivor of cancer. So we'll touch on those things as we speak. How you been?
I've been well. I've been good. Feeling a little
Yeah.
bit today, but still working. We're in the CBD. No, we're not. We're in South Yarra today, so I
Yeah.
think it's good. Weather is phenomenal for Melbourne.
Okay. Oh, what do you do for work?
So I'm a recruiter. I work in digital tech, IT, and education. So
Oh,
bit of a broad spectrum, but we're learning different things in this role. So it's been challenging.
well, for those who don't know what the job is, what does it entail?
So basically, for all the people looking for work, I'm the person who would talk to that candidate, as we call them, kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
find out your skill set, your expertise, and then I see if I can place you into a job, and yeah, hopefully with a great culture, all the fun stuff, the
Wait,
right stuff.
I like your professional voice.
Oh, stop!
You put it on.
Usually sound like this, everybody, just in case you're wondering.
You sound good. That's good. Um,
Stop! You're embarrassing me now. I feel like I need to be less professional.
nah, you're fine. You're fine. How old are you? I haven't asked you. I should ask you that first.
Well, I'm 31, but I say I'm 27 because we don't like getting old.
Oh, that's still young. What are you talking about?
I'm still young. I'm very, very young at heart, but I just feel like things are, as we get older and we don't progress as much as what we've sort of had this idea in our head, it's a bit frustrating. I
Yeah.
think, but then you're going to take a step back. You're like, I'm just going to go to a rave and kind of readjust my mindset.
Oh, speaking of rave, there was a few that just passed. What is it? I think it was
Yeah.
Knockout.
So I just went to a whole bunch of them. So I just came back from Knockout in Sydney. That was insane. I also went to Paradigm Black, I believe, done by Parade Touring and No Sleep Entertainment. And then I also did Mahalo, which was phenomenal. That was by Symbiotic. And then, yeah, there's a couple other ones coming up. I've got Dream State coming up, which is very exciting.
Is that the next big one that's coming up? Dream State?
The next big one is probably, yeah, I have a Boiler Room by Dangerous Goods in January. I got invited to face to face Combined Culture on Friday.
Jeez.
And then, yeah, February's Dream State. And then I also drunkenly bought a ticket to Timmy Trumpet, Will Sparks, and Restricted at Viva in February. So that's going to be.
Wow. But at least they're good drunken purchase, I suppose you could
Oh,
call
it's a
them.
great lineup, yeah. But the fact that I'm seeing Restricted the week before at Dream State was a little bit like why did I do that? But we live and we learn. It is what it is.
Once, yeah. I can go if I could go to all of them. I'll go to all of them.
Yeah, definitely. It's fun. It's a good relief, especially with life gets in the way. You've got your job, you've got a lot of pressure, friends, all that sort of stuff. It's like, I love going out. I love just to stand. I just like to stand there and just kind of just do a two-step and really take it in. That's my thing. Yeah.
So we talk about music. Have you always been into music?
I've always been a singer as I was younger. My brother plays guitar. That's
I
my
did know
older
that.
brother.
Matt?
Damien, my older
Damien.
brother Damien
Okay.
plays guitar, and then my middle brother Michael attempts to play guitar. But
That's
I
me.
always sing with my older brother, and then I sort of got into like that housey sort of trancey genre, if you will, like electronica. So I started off collaborating with a rapper, but then I thought I love festivals and I would love to hear my voice out of played in one of the tracks. I want to be behind the scenes. I don't want to be a performer, but I definitely would love to be a featuring artist with, Sarah Landry. Could you imagine? Restricted. I don't know, Metrocora. I love Toza. I love everyone. I like a lot of hardstyle DJs too. That's more my style. So if anything
Yeah.
with them, that would be ideal.
No,
Yeah.
that's good. That's
Can you
good.
imagine? Oh, I think I'd die.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to act in front of
I would act compose, but internally I would be imploding.
yeah, I could. I'd be the same. At what age did you think you, or actually, what age you thought you were like a good singer, or anyone told you that?
I think I've been told that. I had a couple of opportunities when I
guy.
was really younger. Yeah, especially JT. You have been a very, very, very big supporter and influence on what I've sort of been doing in the last sort of year or so, more so than a lot of other people. And I think that I've always been into singing, but I was always confused at where it was placed as an artist. So for myself, I've done a couple of collaborations, and I think that getting into that house sort of genre, it's just it's a bit hard for me. Like I said, like you've got sicknesses and illnesses and things that have popped up in my life which have not been ideal, but we kind of, we are surviving. We are not thriving yet, but we'll get there. But yeah, it's a journey.
With your illness, like, okay, you've got. Well, actually, I'll let you talk about what did you have?
So when I was younger, when I was 20, I had bowel cancer.
20.
I was 20 years old. Yeah, just a week. I was like 2 weeks before my 21st birthday. I got diagnosed with bowel cancer.
Yeah.
It was stage 3. So I was able to do chemotherapy. I had major abdominal surgery. So from here all the way down, I had been cut open. So they've rearranged the furniture, if you will. Took away 1.5 meters of my large intestine.
Okay.
And then did chemotherapy. It was a lighter version because for myself, I think at 20 years you're a bit naive and whatnot. I was like, I don't want to lose my hair. I didn't want to go bald. Luckily, I've got thickness over here. There's a lot going on here, but survived that, went over, and there's been a couple of challenges ever since. I think that there's a lot of side effects to getting abdominal surgery that young. I have different conditions with digestion and things like that with my intestines.
Yeah.
And then as of late, I had spinal surgery. So
yeah. How did that one go as well?
Well, that was a shock for me because it came from back pain. And then I was going to an osteo. I was getting acupuncture. Then I went to a physio. And then I was walking and I actually ended up losing all functionality in my right leg. So, yeah, it was pretty intense. I was shell shocked to say the least. And then I did the right thing, went to the doctor, did the MRIs. Luckily, I have private health insurance. If you're over 30, smart thing to do. And then I ended up going through a private surgeon. So I've had 15 stitches in my spine.
Yep.
I had a prolapse disc and my disc was crushing the nerve. So that was the nerve and it was crushed like that. So, yeah, all the function to my leg. And then I had the surgery. It was great. It turned out to be phenomenal. And my recovery has been a little bit rough, obviously, because I like to go out as well. So it's a little bit hard for me to sit still.
For those who don't know, right, like she's like, there's been times where she was like, oh, my back hurts, I'm paralyzed. And then the next minute, okay, cool. And then like you see her like out at like a music festival or something. This was before the surgery. I was like, Danny, what are you doing, man? But when you got out up until the surgery as well? You were gone out?
Well, so I got told I was actually supposed to get the surgery last Tuesday, correction, but I think because of my movements and things like that, I've been doing a lot of stretching, and I obviously, when you're at a rave and you're dancing for 11 hours, you're getting that two-step and that functionality there.
Yeah.
So it kind of is, it has actually helped somewhat. I'm going to say realign, but my disc is not prolapsing to the point where it's affecting my functionality anymore. My leg doesn't hurt. I'm not getting any more shooting pains. Yeah, it's actually been strangely therapeutic, if you will. So
you're saying exercise helps?
I'm saying that raving sometimes.
Okay. It's raving.
So
yeah. Let's go back to back a little bit. So when you were diagnosed, did you feel any like pains or like low in energy or anything, or how did it come about?
Or for the spinal?
No, for the cancer.
Yeah, so I was at a point where I was at work and I was like this. I've always sort of had a desk job. So, but I'm technically a business development manager. So sometimes, you go out on site, you meet with clients, all that sort of thing. So it got to a point where I would sit at my desk and I'd go up to go for a meeting or whatever. And my stomach, it was pushed out. Like, you have your little pot belly. And I was like, this is not going away. There is something going on. I found it really difficult to eat, go to the bathroom. Uncomfortability. I couldn't sleep anymore. My back, it was pressing. So I actually had a tumour the size of a grapefruit. And that was right near my colon, if you will. So, yeah, grapefruit is freaking massive. So, yeah. So I was sleeping, and with the pressure, because it was on this side, so my stomach's actually uneven. So I always kind of hold myself here. Like my core is not great. My core is not great, and I've got 2 hernias here too from the surgery. But everything was sort of pushed out, and it was really, really uncomfortable, and I couldn't sleep. So I went through so many different tests, went to hospitals, things like that, and then it got to a point where I saw my GP from when I was a little baby, and I was like, listen, my dude, something's going on, and he knows me incredibly well. And I'm sitting there and I'm like holding myself. He's like, let's do a colonoscopy. And I'm like, is that incredibly necessary, sir? Because Because it sounds like something that doesn't happen to 20-year-olds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, colonoscopy. That's the tube going like
Okay,
up
so
the
so gastroscopy is one that goes down the throat. So I had that, and then the colonoscopy is the one that
when it
goes.
goes to the outside. Yep, yep, yep. And then what they find?
So you do a cleanse the night before, and the cleanse is, excuse my language, fucking brutal. It is not an ideal situation. Things that expelled from this body, my Lord, Jesus Christ, have mercy. It was not great. And then I woke up in the morning and I was like, Ma, I'm not going. I don't want to spend $500. She's like, don't be absolutely stupid. And I was like, I don't feel like it's necessary. Anyway, went to the specialist, did a colonoscopy, came out, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. I'm like, what's going on, my dude? What's happening? And he's like, you've got bowel cancer. And I was like,
Oh shit.
is that it? In shock, like, again, now you're 20 years old and you're preparing. I was preparing to go out on a night out. I'm thinking, I've had a colonoscopy. I'm skinny. Like, it's just, that's what I'm saying, incredibly naive.
Yeah.
And then he's like, Dan, I don't think you understand the severity of the situation. I was like, in light. And he said, you could really die. You've got a tumour the size of a grapefruit. It needs to come out. You need to get abdominal surgery. It could be keyhole. I was under the impression it was going to be just keyhole surgery.
Yeah.
I woke up from this surgery. I had surgery 2 days later. So they put me into hospital. And I had to make sure that my levels of just whatever was, everything was correct to just put someone in emergency surgery. I woke up.
So at this point in your mind, you were still thinking like, oh, like
It's no big deal. Like,
no biggie about it.
it's fine. It's getting surgery. It'll be fine. Yeah. I woke up from the anesthetic after major abdominal. Well, I didn't know it was major abdominal surgery. I had a major operation. I woke up to an allergy. I'm allergic to liquid morphine, so I scratched all of my face off with my big ass nails. I had blood there everywhere, all over my face. And then once that calmed down, I slept a little bit, and then I woke up. I had to go to the bathroom. I stood up. And I was like, why can't I stand? What's happening? I had no idea what had transpired. I'm standing in front of the mirror, gripping on to the sink, and I just see a bandage all the way down my stomach, and I nearly fainted. It was probably one of the worst situations I've ever been in my entire life. It was terrible. Pressing the bell for the nurses. I'm screaming like, what has happened? What did you do to me? I'm thinking at 20 years old, I want to wear a bikini one day. No. But yeah, it turns out they saved my life and phenomenal. Thank you. But yeah, the repercussions, I've got 2 hernias here and I've got one down the bottom. I also got an infection, so I look like I have 2 belly buttons, unfortunately. It was incredibly traumatic, and I think that is the reason why for myself, like, it's kind of like the God gives his strongest, like, no, hardest battles to his strongest soul. Just like that mentality, it's like you just got to keep on keeping on. So
now that's a good way to think about it, because like what they end up what they end up doing, like removing
1.5 meters of my large intestine, but they also moved around a lot of the things. So,
1.5 meters.
1.5 meters, yeah. So your intestines are 3.5 meters long, so they took out 1.5 meters. They also said I'd never have significant weight gain again, which is a lie, because in COVID, I gained so much weight. I got so big and uncomfortable to the point where I've only just lost over 40 kilos now. It's taken 50 million years to get there. I know. Let's take a spin. I was 112 kilos, and now we're quite...
Yep. Work it. Look, turn around, give us a 360.
Oh, really?
More energy.
At all.
You look good, Danny. You look good. Like, it's hard work. Like, it takes a bit of time to get to where you are today, especially like, like you got cancer and everything.
Cancer, but also the spine as well. Having an issue that affects your mobility is so incredibly difficult.
You can't go to the gym because of your spine?
I just got the okay to go to the gym and lift a vacuum. My house has never been cleaner.
That's good. So what was... I was just thinking, like, what was... So from the moment you got diagnosed to the moment of your surgery was like 2 days? Yeah,
there wasn't a lot of thought process in that, I think. Coming out of an anaesthetic, you're so incredibly exhausted. And they wouldn't let me go home. I got checked into the hospital immediately. So I went to Danni Hospital, it was public. And then, just straight away. And there was a lot of tests involved. There was a lot to do with my endurance and mobility. They made me walk a lot. All these testing, they did a lot of blood. So when you have cancer, it's not like your standard sort of 3-4 vials. It's like 12 vials of blood that they take out. They've got a nurse on the stand. Make sure that you got all these different levels of things. I had to look at my lymph nodes, had to make sure I didn't spread to the rest of my body. They had to make sure that they were, if they had to do any grafts or anything like that. It was quite traumatic when you think about it, and especially the effect on my family too. You don't realize these things at 20 because you don't think about it, you're just thinking about yourself.
Yeah.
Your parents are like, I could lose my child from cancer. My brothers are like, holy shit, that could be that's my sister. Like, she could die. But my best friends are absolutely crying, and I'm like, guys, just can you just respectfully shut the fuck up? I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? So it's things like that you think about now, and it's like I still have to get checked. I still have to go get colonoscopies. I still have to go get my bloods done. I need to make sure that my lifestyle is still somewhat healthy food-wise. I've got so many allergies since, and you know that shit. Like, I'm allergic to everything.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what
One.
like okay, what first let's give them how much is on the list you can't eat, foods you can't eat.
It's quite a lot. So, like I said, I never used to be allergic to a thing. Now it's gluten. I'm gluten intolerant. I'm lactose intolerant. I'm incredibly anemic. I'm allergic to all stone fruit, which includes mango, avocado, nectarines, plums, pear. I can't eat pears, green grapes. Oh, it's the worst,
Green
man.
grapes, even the seedless green grapes.
Rockmelon. What else? Cauliflower. I'm allergic to fennel. Kent pumpkin. I can have butternut. I can't have Kent pumpkin.
What? That's weird.
Seeds. Yeah, there's some seeds I kind of like, the pepitos. Oh, they're the best, but I can't eat them. What else?
Why is it you can eat
I don't know.
butternuts but not the other one?
I don't know. It's like avocado. I can eat the husk ones sometimes.
Wait. What's the husk one?
Two different kinds of
I
avocados.
did not fucking know this. There's two types of
Yeah,
avocados.
bro. There's so many different types of avocados. But there's the ones in Australia, in Melbourne. You've got shepherd avocados and you've got a husk avocado. Husk tastes like nothing. A shepherd one is the one you want to eat. I can't eat them. I can sometimes eat the husk, but it's only if I get it from Coles or whatever. Because if you get like, I love GYG, Guzman y Gomez.
Yep. Shout out.
Shout out.
Sponsor us.
Actually, I had some berries for lunch. I'm not gonna lie, I had a little burrito. But they mix all these different avocados here. So if you have guac, man, because I have guacamole, send me to hospital. Give me an ambulance. Send me. Done.
So when you eat these foods, you get really sick.
Yeah, so I get a major abdominal pain. It feels like my ribs are getting completely crushed. I feel like I'm nauseated, so I get really bloated. I get really out of air, like, what's the word? It's kind of like a closing of the throat in a way, but you're almost like winded. I feel winded sometimes. I get very fuzzy and I get welts all over my body. It is pretty intense, but I mean, stay away from food you can't eat. And it's a little bit of a problem at home, especially when you have people cooking for you. Like, if you've got a partner, you got to prep the whole freaking family on what you can and cannot eat.
Yeah.
All that sort of stuff. So it's pretty and a lot of medication too. So with my spinal surgery, there were a lot of medications I'm allergic to. They gave me one called Targin, I think, and that was the worst. My stomach was inflamed. I felt constantly sick. I was throwing up a lot. Couldn't keep anything down. I was just hazy, and I just felt like I was in a washing machine half the time. It was not.
I've seen you like that. It was like someone's like, it's like the lights are on but no one's home. Sometimes it was like that.
Face. She was like, huh? You're just very out of it. But in the sense of, even to stand up, it's like, oh, I can't walk. And you've seen me like get up and kind of fall back as well. It's just not ideal. From where I was to where I am now, miracle.
Yeah, because that spinal injury, or the disc. What's it called again?
So I had a prolapse disc.
Prolapse disc. Was after you had your cancer removed. Did you have to do anything after getting your cancer removed? Like, is there any things you have to take, or like any chemo or anything you have to do? Or
I did chemotherapy for 6 months. Hair thinned out. My tongue was cracked. My hands were cracked. Everything was dry. Couldn't have any tomatoes. Anything acidic would really burn through. It's kind of like breathing fire like a dragon. No garlic, no onions. Body wash as well. You got to be super sensitive with all of the washing powders and even perfume. And you know how much perfume I spray? I spray a shit ton. And you can't use any perfume. Any hand creams had to be like not scented and sensitive. I couldn't even color my hair at one point. Everything was terrible. Everything burnt. I was hardly eating. I couldn't really. I couldn't do. It was very hard to work as well.
yeah. What's chemo like for those who don't know?
The chemotherapy, I had, like I said, a lighter version. So I had a like a little thing in my hand that was there constantly. I get chemo twice a week. Basically, you're feeding like a poison into your body to get rid of the cancerous cells that could potentially still be there. So even though they've cut out the cancer and they've fused my intestine together by removing a bulk of it, they still need to make sure that there's nothing left in the body that's going to spark up again, or there's something that's not going to, potentially just even something microscopic to regenerate and to start causing those cells to populate within your body. So chemo is really aggressive, sort of poisonous, and that's why you get the depletion. That's why you lose your hair. That's why you lose all your senses of taste and smell. Even smell, like you couldn't smell anything, but everything was, you couldn't smell properly. Everything was muted. But when you were around a strong smell, it was like a punch in the face. So it was a very bizarre occurrence, I would say. I've never had a situation like that before. It was very bizarre.
Yeah, so then it's like this thing that's in your body that's like it kills like the cancerous cells, but also kills the healthy cells.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it kills the healthy cells, so you kind of lose all motivation. It's hard to stand up. It's hard to work. It's hard to stay awake because you just feel. Imagine going to a swimming pool and doing like an hour or maybe like a 2 hour, 3 hour swimming lesson and just around. When you come home from the pool and you're like, oh my God, like you just
like just
what it kind of feels like. It's not like going to the gym. It's like it's more than that. It's like a constant like, oh my God, like I just need to rest my eyes. I can't stay awake. That's kind of in a way what it would feel like. Oh,
so that was 6 months after getting your cancer removed.
Correct. Actually, no. So they don't do it straight away because they have to wait for things to heal.
True.
Because you've got an open wound, and then I had an infection as well. That had to wait because when your body is fighting an infection and you're trying to get your body back to health, you can't keep feeding it with poison. So
exactly.
It took a little while to kind of get that happening, and then after the chemo, that's when I was doing tests like every month, and then it got to every 3 months, then every 6 months. But it's still quite aggressive because when you still see an oncologist and they follow up, you still need to have a colonoscopy all the time. You still need to make sure that your bowel is regular, and it's really hard too because when you have that much removed, it is whatever you eat, unfortunately, comes straight out, especially like waters. Like if you're drinking a lot of liquid, you need to be incredibly careful. There has been some times, my friends, some trying times. And some embarrassing moments that have happened, but yeah, it's things like that. You just need to make sure that you're feeding your body correctly, but it's hard because you've got no appetite because you're having chemotherapy. So.
And you did all this at the age of 21?
21. I turned 21. Yeah.
Oh my God, like so young.
So young, but things like that happen, and that kind of builds you up as a person. It's kind of one of those things where I have had a lot of successes in my life because of that situation. Like it's a lot of trauma, but you don't really sit there and reflect. I'd never sit here and go, oh my God, I had cancer and da da da. I don't think about it like that. I think we've been through some shitty situations, but
I know.
I've got property now. I've got a lot of things paid off. I've got a great job. I'm very smart with money, which is a miracle of God because I have a shopping problem and I go to events, a lot of them. So I think that it's put me in a position where you still have your fun, but you can't take things too far to a level where it's harming your body and you can be put in a situation where you can lose everything again.
Yeah.
So people don't have situations like that occur unless it's something like, unfortunately, like a drug abuse situation or, they're in a terrible relationship, whereas this was completely out of nowhere and you just learn a lesson. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, look, from where I see it, like you are like way ahead of everyone else, like anyone your age, let alone anything. Like everything you've done is just like amazing. Like survived cancer like at a young age, got your own house. Like you have the right balance of fun and work. Look, that's the way I see it. Like you make everything work, and you don't sit there and just pity yourself like that. Like okay, there'll be times, of course, you're gonna be like really hard to get out of bed or like to try and get motivation to do anything.
Yeah.
But and that's okay also, but you don't spend like say months, weeks, like years even just like down in the dumps and stuff, but you just soldier on.
Don't get me wrong, I definitely had moments like that. I went through a terrible, terrible breakup, and I kind of did go through stuff.
When was this in relations to how old you were?
So this wasn't actually that long ago. It was probably I'm going to say 1.5 years, 2 years ago. I went through a terrible breakup. And this is the thing, this is what's really funny when I talk about everything I've gone through, but then also what's transpired in the last year or two, because going through cancer and all that sort of thing, I never once had a situation where I was depressed or had anything to affect my mental health. I just, for some reason, I just kind of kept going and nothing really, I never stopped to reflect and be like, oh my God, I nearly died, which I did. I nearly died.
Yeah, legit.
And I had a situation where I split up from my partner of nearly 4 years and thinking that person's going to be my person for the rest of my life and all that sort of stuff. That was the thing, the catalyst that put me in a slump.
Jeez.
What? I nearly died and then this man gave me that mentality. Make that make sense.
It must be the emotional pain where it hurts more than the physical pain, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. I think, yeah, when something can affect your mindset, that's the difference. But again, stuff like that, it can definitely be overcome. But it's just making sure that you've got the right tools and the right people around you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
If you need help, tell me. And I never ask for help. And I'm like, my dude.
I know.
You know this. And I'm like, gee. So
there's been times where she's just like, when she had what's it called again? What disc? The prolapse disc. And then she'd be, like she can't move, like just maybe it's like she rolled off the couch or something. She'd be like on the floor, and then we'll be able to move for like 45 minutes, an hour or so. And then I'd be like, fuck this, she ain't calling me and stuff. Like, what the fuck's going on? And then like 2 hours later, she'll call me, and I'm like, where the fuck are you? What you were supposed to call, message me? And then she'd be like, I couldn't move because the disc. And then like I was paralyzed. I was like, oh my God. And you live by yourself as well. So
yeah, and that's the hardest thing is you live by yourself, you can't get off the couch, and you're like, oh, how do I move?
Yeah.
We got past it though. We're good. We can move. We can walk. We've got mobility. So
yeah. Look, any guy would be lucky to have you, but like, but even I know one guy. What's the DJ dude? I forgot his name.
Don't talk about it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like mention his name and stuff, but he was the one who was like, he thought he was better than you, but I'm like, brother.
I've got the worst taste in men. We can say that. I've just recently ended something with I wouldn't even say gentleman, with a person with a bad temper. I know how to pick them, let me tell you.
Yes.
Sometimes you got to realize it's not good for me. You take a step back and be like,
but at least that's very mature of you to recognize, like early in a relationship that, okay, you know what, you're violent, or like, no, you're nobody and I'm taking care of you. Nah, I'm not gonna let you stick around. So.
I think it's also comes to a point when you've been through the trauma, like I said, that sort of depression state. I don't think it's worth, for me, letting someone in and letting my guard down if I don't think 100% that they're going to treat me the way that I treat them. I've got a good heart and I mean well. I'm annoying, but I do things for the kindness. I don't do things for a return, but I do expect respect, and I do expect to be spoken to with respect and not be yelled at, or if you've got a problem to communicate. And if you can't do those simple things, then you're not for me. And that goes with friends too. If you can't, have a conversation with me, or if there's an issue about money or whatever, say, hey, Dan, can't pay back, da-da-da. You don't go and explode and think it's okay to treat people like that. I don't need it. I don't want it. And that's what comes, I think, with maturity and understanding that life is so much better when you have your boundaries and you set them.
Yep.
People cross it, you're like, well, you're just more happier. You got that peace. I don't care to yell. I don't care to fight.
No, like 100%, because I can see you do things, like out of the kindness of your heart, but then like some people try to take advantage of it.
Yeah, a lot of people try to take advantage of it. But you are the ones who also help me understand and realize that's like, why have these people around?
Exactly, that's good.
What's the word? You're like a philosopher, in my opinion. You're like my moral compass in a way. You've been great.
You're too kind. I'm not. It's just, I think I see things from a different point of view, but then like, I don't want to tell you what to do or how to do things. I just want to just like give you suggestions.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Yeah, and then you can make your own decision, like which way you pick. I'm not gonna like hate you for, oh my God, she picked him. Or,
like, what are you doing?
Because
Of course.
yeah, because I know like there be people that owes you money specifically, and then next
Yeah.
minute, next minute they'll be out on holidays, eating expensive dinners, and you'd be like,
That's the fucking lowest. If you're a person who owes someone money and you're on a holiday and you haven't transferred them money,
that's
shame on you.
yeah,
Who raised you? Shame on you.
yeah.
Oh, I can't stand people like that. Oh,
Yeah, but at the point in time, like, oh, please, you really need your help. I was like, okay, cool. You go the extra mile to help them, and then
I
like,
help you. And I mind you again, I own a house. I got mortgages to pay. I've got like multiple, this is not one, but I got multiple things to pay for. And what, you think I don't want to go on a fancy house trip?
exactly, and
I
then
want
you,
a fancy house trip, of course.
yeah, and
But you
through
don't
the
have money and I can't pay for it.
and then through the whole time, you were going battling health issues as well, on top of breakups, bro. How do you even do it?
No, it's fine.
You're strong.
You keep on keeping on. You are surviving, and then at the end of the day, you'll get to a point where you are thriving. I used to say that all the time. I'm just surviving. I think I'm thriving now. I think that when you learn,
100%.
when you learn and you kind of, it's like I've got a great job and I'm really good at my job. I actually had that epiphany today. I turned around and I was like, "Fuck, I'm good at my job." It's the other things in life, and then it's like I walk through the door at home and it's like, "This is my comfort." Also, I got a new rug chair. Have you seen my new rug? Because it's amazing.
I have.
Guys, my house is pink. Everything is pink, and I bought a new rug. And the rug, you can jump on my TikTok, and you can see the rug being unveiled. And every time someone steps foot in my house, everyone takes their freaking shoes off. Not one person is putting their feet on that rug with shoes on. And my life is complete. As long as I've got my calmness in the home, calmness at work, you can only control what you can control.
Yeah.
You have that mindset of like, it's fine, whatever, take a walk. I also have a panic word. I've realized.
Oh, what's funny word?
Jingle bells. So yeah, if I speak to my brother and say my brother and I are having like a heated conversation, this happened on the weekend actually, having a heated conversation, and I was just feeling.
I know how you guys have heated conversations over sometimes nothing.
My brother stands over me sometimes and I cannot deal. So we've come up with a word because I have a tendency to blow up and I have come so far. I'm not backtracking. I know I told him that. I said, I'm not going to explode. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So jingle bells. Jingle bells means I've had enough. Leave me alone.
That's good.
I need a 5 or a 10, or someone's being launched off a balcony at that point is like, yep, all right, cool, step back. That's the panic word.
Yeah.
My friends are starting to realize that as well, but that is something quite new. But yeah, jingle bells. As soon as I say that, I hear it.
No, that's a really good technique, really good strategy to battle, because like with my one, it's pretty much the same. But then for me, it's I'm going for a drive. I'll be back.
Oh, you don't have like no jingle bells? You should.
But then they might take it the wrong way. Oh, jingle bells. You want to jingle my bells?
Yeah, that's all. And then my brother's like, you're going to go into fucking Christmas songs. I'm like, jingle bells, jingle bells.
Oh.
But that's what I mean. It eases the tension as well. That's why it's jingle bells, because you say it and it's like, you have like a giggle.
Yeah, speaking of TikTok, yeah, go check all that out on her TikTok. But also I'm gonna address like all the people watching this probably thinking, it's supposed to be a girl. I'm Lisa's friend, and she's just letting me use his account to record this because my account got like a 7-day ban. Like the dumbest thing. Like I didn't even do anything wrong, but yeah, I got like 7-day ban. I hope that clears out for everybody listening.
You test the boundaries, my friend.
Okay. So with your brothers, do you have a good relationship with them?
I do now. Not my older brother. My older brother and I are getting there, but my middle brother, Michael, he stays with me a couple of days a week, still sometimes because of obviously my back. Because my back is fine at the moment, but sometimes I'll have my days where I feel like I'm about to snap in half like a freaking lawn chair.
Yeah, of course.
An ideal situation. Even like standing for too long. Like if I sit for too long, my back hurts. If I stand for too long, if I carry a backpack to work, but I also have my laptop and everything in there. And when
it's heavy.
Oh my lord!
Yeah.
It feels like someone like Jackie Chan has like smacked in the back of me. It's so freaking bad. But yeah, so I have a great relationship with Michael. He helps me. He's the middle brother, and he also cooks. My brother is an ex-chef, so gourmet. He's great with soups too, and soups are my favorite kind of thing. Obviously with a weight loss journey as well.
Yeah.
All soups. I think tonight we're having bassa fillet with steamed broccoli. What else does he going to do? Like peas and corn as well. Oh, he makes the best freaking fish on the planet. It's going to be amazing.
No better way to have it than, as chef than your brother, who, stays with you. That's sick.
And he knows my allergies, which is phenomenal.
Yes.
Always
Yes.
adapting with different things. My mum actually just bought me 10 kilos of gluten-free flour. What am I going to do with 10 kilos? Fuck knows. If anyone's got any ideas, let me know. But 10 kilos? Who the hell buys 10 kilos of gluten-free flour? Like, my baking
Your
sauce
mum?
for Nigeria. What am I doing? Who am I baking? Like, anyway, if anyone needs gluten-free flour, let me know.
So yeah, so for those who are wondering, yeah, she has to eat a certain food because she got 1.5 meters, was it, of your colon removed?
1.5 meters of my large intestine removed after bowel cancer.
Dude, I'm 164 centimeters. Dude, that's almost like my height.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy, but at least like you're like totally cancer free now.
I am cancer free now, but there's always checks every 5 years. So after 5 years, you're in remission.
Yep.
But you still get frequent checks from the doctors, obviously blood tests. Whenever I feel ill, sometimes it can be an off balance, but also I often have internal bleeding.
Okay.
Sometimes you feel incredibly depleted. I have a condition called gastroparesis, which means my intestines, instead of going like that and digesting my food, it goes like that. It's like motion. So I have to take a lot of medication as well. So it's just something that you've always got to kind of be aware about. And that's another thing as well. It's like having a partner. If I want to have kids one day, it's like you kind of got to be like, yo, by the way, I had this. It could happen to us.
Yeah.
It's a very difficult conversation to have, especially, it's just not, I don't know how I'm going to tackle that in the future. God, if I meet someone.
I don't think you should be thinking that way. But then again, yeah, of course, it's your internal self telling you actually, like, hey, I think you're just nervous.
I think, but it's something that needs to be brought up. And for me, I want kids. I'm very good with kids. I love, I can babysit. I'm really good with like food wise. Like I'm very conscious about nutrition as well. I've been hanging out a lot with my friend's little girl, Gabriella, and she's just, I was a fairy on the weekend. I was playing with bubbles. Like, I want kids so bad, but it's very hard to bring a child up and have a potential of.
Dude, I reckon you'd be a great mum. Like, I feel like you're ready to be a mum. You're going to be a great mum. It's just finding the right person who is not a total deadbeat or dickhead. That's the hard bit. The hard bit is them, not you.
Yeah.
Because you're fine.
I feel like I've got my shit together to a certain point, but it also needs to come from that person as well to be able to go, okay, well, she does like to still go out or she likes to be quite social, but I also like to cook and do all that sort of stuff. So it's finding the balance and having someone who, who's not completely crazy or on drugs. That would be preferable. Or, someone has a job. That'd be great. Someone who doesn't, who's not too involved around events or a DJ. No DJs. Just someone who's kind of got their shit together. I want a like-minded person. I want to have a child with someone who's got really great qualities that they want to share. You know what I mean? Can have intellectual conversations, but also be a child because I am a child at heart.
Yes. So once again, balance. Like someone who's mature but yet can be a kid. Someone who, can have fun but yet still be a parent.
And serious and be able to sit and have a serious conversation, not run away and kind of avoid. And someone is not going to laugh at me when I wear dinosaur pajamas. Like that would be ideal. Everyone still laughs at me when I have a dinosaur onesie and a cigarette. You like dinosaurs? Holler back.
Where do you think these guys are? Because I tell you now, like you are definitely not the problem, and it's just the bare minimum, It's just like you don't have to have like like you have to be rich or anything. Just get a job, be busy, like just keep yourself busy.
Have a job. Don't have anger issues. Don't run away from problems. Communication. Someone who's level-headed. Someone who doesn't have a drug problem. Someone who doesn't DJ. And someone who is looking forward to a future and I don't date people just for the sake of dating. It shits me. I don't. What for? Nah, I don't need to do that. I went on with someone that is for a purpose, a sole purpose, and you know, a lot of people, a lot of guys my age, I'm like I said, I'm 31, still act like I'm 25, but still nonetheless, they don't have that idea that they want to settle down, have a marriage, have a life, have kids, be a, you know, and that doesn't mean sit at home and do absolutely fucking nothing. It means that we can still go to beautiful dinners, or I can make a dinner at home.
Yeah.
Kids can have a bubble party and I could be having a glass of wine and you can look after the kids. You know what I mean? There's so many different adaptations to the way the situation could potentially be, and no one thinks about this shit.
I know. It just frustrates. It frustrates me because with what you're asking, it's not
It's not a lot.
crazy. It's not crazy. The bar is here. What you're asking for is like here. It's below. It's bro. It's not.
Oh, and someone that won't cheat on me after they buy an engagement ring, that would be phenomenal.
That shouldn't even something you have to even ask for.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I understand that, but unfortunately you do these days because you never know. Do you know what? I'm not a person that looks for anything. I'm a person that when things are supposed to happen the way they're supposed to happen, it's already written, and it's not about religion. It's not about any of that. I just think that, you know, when you listen to a certain song, like when you're walking down the street, I always have my music on shuffle, and I have a song, something plays, I'm like, that played for a reason. I'm around here for a reason. I've met certain people in this. I actually met the hottest guy in the elevator before. That was for a reason. Watch someone else. Anyway, but I think everything, I'm optimistic, my friend. You never know. So I believe everything is happening for a reason. And whether I'm still, it's not like I'm not putting myself out there, but I'm not going to go and try and go out of my way to be like, hey, I'm pursuing you. It should happen organically. And if it's that hard to make it work, it's not freaking working. So you need to be enough and have that mental stability to kind of go, okay, I'm going to miss this person, but not for me.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about Christian or not?
You can, wherever you like. Let's talk about Christian.
Okay, in case you were wondering why we were laughing every time she says, not a DJ.
Not a DJ, not events, not cheating.
Yeah, because that was her ex-partner who is
Doing nothing with himself anymore.
I told you. I was right. So he was what was he? He was a DJ.
All right, so we ran events.
He ran events. That's right.
Around Melbourne, a couple other places, and it just didn't work out. Unfortunately, he did cheat on me. Got extorted for money about nude pictures, and he paid for them. And then we.
Oh, wait. Is that his justification for cheating, or is that what happened to him recently?
He got caught out, and they screenshotted videos and messages and whatnot, and they said, we're going to put it out on social media and embarrass you if you don't pay us X amount. And then he paid X amount, but he called me to tell me because they put a message together to out him to me as his girlfriend. So kind of came clean about that. So God knows what else has transpired in the background that I didn't know about. So, you know, you have to go through heartbreak, but shit happens. And then that was done a week before our non-refundable Europe trip. So I went to Europe for a month after he's just told me that he's cheated on me and paid for things. To not get his name out there, and then he proceeded to invite girls back to the hotel room in Ibiza when I was there for his birthday, which was phenomenal. Great feeling.
That's fucked.
And then when we got back to Melbourne, he basically moved on 2 months later, got a girlfriend that looked like me. She had the red hair, she had the eyes going on, thigh tattoo, whole fucking thing.
Yeah, and then
this version of me. Great job. How did that work out? You're single now because she's like, things happen. We're not bitter at all. We're getting better.
No. Hey, look. If I was you, I'd be rubbing it in his face. I'd be saying that I don't give a fuck.
I saw him recently, and you know what? He is a beautiful soul, and I'm not gonna say anything further to bring him down because he's a phenomenal person, regardless of what he's done to me. He's a great person. He is, and he's going through a lot through his own doing. God is good, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and say, you know, it was all his fault. I have a lot of flaws, and I was a terrible person when I was with him, and I recognise that my anger got the best of me, and I used him a little bit as a punching bag. So, you know, you live and you fucking learn, and I think that I'm at the best version of myself currently, and that's why I can't have any chaos or any disruptions to stop me from, you know, focusing on the path ahead. I can't afford to have someone fuck up my mindset again. God, no. That guy, that man nearly killed me. That nearly fucking killed me. I can't go back.
Yeah, so for you guys who's wondering, she is actually being very kind towards this dude because in my eyes, I don't know why you dated him. He's not even good looking. And then after he cheated on her, right? He got this new hairstyle. It was dog shit.
It's still there. It still exists.
It's still
Oh,
his dog shit of a hairstyle. It looks like a wet dog. Like just I don't know. And then all right to have and yeah and then between us, I think we worked out like who when he slept with who and like when roughly they were together and stuff like that. So and then and then someone else that you saw after him was actually with this girl that he's with.
that's right. The guy that I had kind of been with had already was actually sleeping with the girl that he was together with. That he
Yes.
referred to me. It was very strange. We were
So
basically sharing partners.
yes. So then she ended up cheating on him, but he doesn't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Well,
then we
yeah, she dumped him recently, from what I gather. I could be completely wrong, but you know, the things happen, and I don't think he's taken his time. He never took his time to heal over our sort of breakup, and now he's going through their breakup. So it's a bit of a situation. It's sad to see because you see someone that you once loved completely deteriorate, and it's like that's not nice to see. But at the same time, it's not. It's like
it doesn't sound like a me problem.
yeah,
You
it's
know?
definitely not a me problem, but it's
Yeah.
also a. It's like, look what you fucking ruined. Like you said, he's like, you look great, doing this or doing that. I'm like, thank you. And you look happy. I am happy.
I will give him another 1 or 2 months before he'll try and contact you again. Be like, oh my
Never.
god.
I bet
He
my
will.
life on the fact that man will never reach out to me again.
No, he will. He will. Trust me. He will. Because Danny, you're this like
Been a year and a
great.
half. He's not reaching out. He's never going to message me again in my life. Speaking
He
of
will.
which, the man that I just said goodbye to just messaged me.
Are you on TikTok talking about me?
Okay, to message me asking for his dream state ticket. What a piece of shit. He can fuck himself. That's so rude. No, I'm fine. Thank you for asking. Know how to pick him, girl. Know how to pick him. That's okay.
I don't know. Why is he asking for your ticket?
It just gets better. It gets better and better.
Why is he asking for your ticket?
Oh, no. So we bought dream state tickets together. And then on the weekend, this man was at my house. We had been dating for the last 2 months at my house. And he was about to meet my brother because I had already met some of his family. And I love my brother. My brother's the sickest kind ever. My brother and my cousin. I was like, okay, we're having a dinner party because we like to do wholesome shit in the weekend.
Yeah,
I'm always
that's
going
fine.
to be at the front stage. Like, do. Anyway. And he's like, what are you wearing? I'm like, I'm wearing jeans and I'm wearing a jumper. And he's like, well, jeans, you didn't tell me to bring jeans. And I was like, they're fucking pants, man. We're going to be eating in a house. Who gives a fuck? Like, wear some trackies.
Yeah.
Lost his mind. There's obviously something that's transpired up here. Maybe it's nerves, anxiety. I do not know. And this man, she got up and was like, I don't fucking understand. Why didn't you tell me? I'm like, don't raise your fucking voice at me. Tone it down. Don't. We're not doing that. And I'm like, if you feel that incredibly uncomfortable after we're eating dinner in a house, I just spent 3 hours I spent cooking a fucking lamb roast for you because that's what you wanted.
Yeah.
3 hours. And you're screaming at me. Phenomenal. I'm like, you know what? If you really don't want to fucking hear me out, I said, then don't come. I want you to come. I shouldn't have said that. I said, I want you to come. And, it's not the fact that you should be nervous. We're literally going to eat dinner and we're just having a good time. You've talked to my brother on video chat a million times. And this man got his shit and was to storm out this house. Wouldn't even make eye contact with me. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? I said, why are you being like this? And I'm like, when am I going to see you next? Like, when you see my face. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Mind you, he's holding like a platter plate situation like I was giving back to his mum. Storms out of my house, goes down the stairwell on the side. All you hear is this big crash. I was like, what happened? This man launched this platter down the staircase. That could have been me. That could have been me. Okay? So I was like, fuck this, I'm not reaching. Like, what? Like, I'm not in shock, my dude. And then this man, 2 hours later, instead of saying, hey, maybe we should have a conversation, or maybe I might have overreacted just a little bit, or, maybe there's something else going on in my mind, or whatever the fuck is happening. You could have said you saw a unicorn. I don't give a fuck. You could have said anything.
Make something up. Yeah.
Anything.
Anything.
Message me saying, hey, Can you sell my dream state ticket and reimburse me? Excuse me. I said, I'm in shock. What the fuck just happened? And he's like, if you could sort out the ticket, that would be great. I'm like, listen, it's not my obligation to sort out your ticket. You made a decision to purchase. It's not up to me to sort it out for you. You're an adult. Figure it out. And that's the only thing you've got to say to me. Wouldn't have a conversation with me the next day. Wouldn't entertain a phone call. Wouldn't entertain a text message. Nothing. And I'm like, that's it? And he's like, it was good until it wasn't. Oh, fuck you then. If you're really going to be that immature and give up all of this, that's a you problem, sir. Fuck you. That's so rude. And I'm not going to get angry. And then he's my friend to say, I've got all Danni's shit, you can come pick it up. I packed it all on Saturday. Like, the immaturity levels. Like,
Yeah, I think you're at a stage now you just don't take bullshit anymore, and you don't have to.
I don't care.
Yeah, like, and it's when they try to gaslight you and you don't want none of it, and you're just like, nah, get the fuck out of here. I've been here before, seen this, done that.
And like I said, by you walking out, number one, not looking at me, whatever. You throw a plate down the stairwell. It's so rude. I live in a communal apartment building, and you're throwing shit. What?
So,
Why?
So when someone walks past and being angry and not look at you, and that's his projection. Like he's projected his anger and his insecurity at you already, and then he feels guilty. That's why he's not looking at you. That's in case you're wondering why.
But, yeah, and he's just walking away like huffing and puffing. It's like it's not that serious, bro. It's Bertrand's. Like,
Yeah.
I'm the fuck down.
Over pants? That's fuck. That's fuck. Man.
I don't understand.
It's at home. No one's gonna fucking see you. You're sitting down anyway. Like.
I don't understand.
Silly.
And I said, I'm not going to entertain a trivial conversation about tracksuit pants. I said, if you're like, I don't understand what's going on, you're not going to communicate with me, then that's a you problem. I can't sit here and be like, oh, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? No, you're an adult. If something's on your mind, say it. Sorry, but that's how it goes.
Wait. How did you guys meet with this guy? How did you guys meet?
I went at a wedding, actually. We met at my friend's
That's
wedding.
cute. Oh, yeah, so you went to the wedding. That's kind of cute. And then...
Like a love at first sight situation. It was so cute. And it was going swimmingly. It was wonderful until Saturday and this tracksuit pants situation. I mean, this man lives in Wollert. I live in Chadstone. That's like a fucking hour drive there and then back. 2 hours on the road. My God, like sacrifice. But happy to do it because it was wonderful. And it just didn't work out, and that's okay. My time will come. But I know warning signs now because that man was beautiful up until he cracked the shits.
No. It was him lying the whole time. The lies usually last between 2 to 3 months. That's when they start to crack, and he cracked at 2 months.
Do you think?
For the first 3 months, whoever you're dating is like the best version of themselves they're trying to sell to you pretty much. And if they can't keep that up for the rest of the relationship, that means it's all bullshit. And for him, it was just 2 months and he cracked.
I don't understand because I was being my authentic self. Like I had times where I was like, this is fucks. Like I was being my literal self. So in my opinion, like I said, I expect people to treat me the way that I treat them. And it was very much reciprocated up until that point. So like I said, whether he was hiding his anger issues or hiding the irrationality that was going in his mind, he was trying to somewhat cover it up. Like, fuck, 2 months, that's a long time. I got no patience. I would have cracked like, oh. And I did crack multiple times. I was like, this is not for me. I don't function that way. He's like, talk me through how we got there. We had one major fight, but it wasn't to the point where this man's storming off. I don't know. But like I said, unlucky in love, worst taste in men.
Can I pick the next guy for you, please?
Yes, if you want to pick someone and you want to do let's do a dating what's it called? Like a
on here we do
what am I talking about? Like spin the thing and like pick someone on Cheese opinion. I'm down. I'll date someone. I think we've got a good fucking character.
Yeah, so you come on our live stream at night times with us. That's what we do sometimes. Like, so we'll put you on the big box, and then some of us will be in the little box. We'll ask some questions, and then let you guys go. That's kind of fun.
So date me.
Yeah, no, it's like rizz her up, guys, and then people will come. It's
I'm so down. Let's do that. I gotta do someone somehow. I don't do online dating. I don't do the apps.
Yeah, that's good.
Don't do apps. I would rather meet someone organically. I know this is a little bit different though, but it's face to face, but it's a video.
Yes. Yeah.
as opposed to, hi, I'm Michelle and I'm a fucking bodybuilder. I don't know. You know what I mean? People put all these perceptions. It's like, this is what you get, my friend.
Yeah. Fuck, we started running out of time, and there's so many questions I still want to ask, but I'm going to keep going for a little bit. We haven't even talked about your music and stuff yet, so.
No.
So you've got
a shit show of a fucking love life.
No, it's not a shit show. It's experience people need to hear about, because like there'd be like millions of girls who've gone through the same relationship experience as you, but then they think, oh, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just no. It's a bunch of dudes who can't get their shit together for the bare minimum. Like, you're not asking, for like extravagant shit, or like for like asking to do backflips.
Buy me anything. I don't want you to fucking fly me anywhere. Yeah. I maybe would like you to help me cook in the kitchen, but I don't expect you to cook a full meal. If you can, fucking brownie points. But I do expect, like I said, bare minimum, don't cheat. Mate, do activities with me. Organise to go somewhere. Like, let's go out on date night. Let's not sit in a fucking house and watch Disney. As much as I like to do that, not every freaking night, every weekend. Like, come on.
Yeah. Bare minimum. That's bare minimum.
You treat me better than some of the fucking people I've dated, too.
Yeah. And also, hang on a sec. I gotta do this puzzle. It thinks I am inactive. There we go. It's done. Yeah. So you got a song out.
I do have a song out. It's called "Not the Same." It's by me. By I am the vocalist, and by Contiers. Contiers also did Melbourne Trumpster. He's a great DJ. We have another cover coming out, but I really am trying to. I really want to work with hardstyle DJs. That's more sort of like a trancey vibe, whereas I want to do more, like I said, things that'll be played in festivals, like these really like boiler room stats. I would love a song with like a boiler room or something. That would be
for those who don't know what boiler room is, do you want to?
Yeah, basically he's in the middle and he's playing the sickest track, technically hopefully my track one day, and everyone is all around. It can get incredibly sweaty and uncomfortable, but everyone's just jumping, everyone's vibing, everyone's like, punching the air. So I got all of this definition too. Look at that, all from
Oi, put them away. You don't have license for those.
Honestly, it's crazy.
You have like definition, everything. That's sick.
Literally, you should have seen my back up knockout. Even this arm, actually not really. Yeah, kind of. But you should have seen my back after knockout. I was so defined from just like, do. It was fucking crazy. My legs are like still, I'm telling you. But that's, boiler room is basically you're two-stepping, you're kind of getting in the moment, you're getting into the music, and just, it can be a beat, but then also you can go to ones that have vocals behind it as well. So I would like to be on a track that has vocals in a boiler room.
Like, with your talent, like, it's not even, you don't even fall short of it. So like, you can make it easily. I think it's who you know.
I don't think so. I think it's been a while since anyone's even approached me for any music. I think I keep putting some tracks out there. I've got a really good one. I'm going to put a TikTok up later of me singing Heroes by Alesso and Tableau. That's going to be great. You can find that on my TikTok. But I do little snippets here and then. I try and sing a lot more, but it's just, unfortunately, it's not at the point where people want to collab with a singer with hardstyle either. So it's the genre that I've picked. I've also kind of, put as a blunder in myself. It's all smart choice.
I reckon you should just put a whole bunch of like just singing content up, and then they can just, I suppose, pick from that. Or why don't you try like a hardstyle beat and sing to it? Maybe, I don't know. Because
I think maybe my next thing. I do that. That's Sarah Loungery's song in Heaven. Ooh,
yeah, like have like a whole like almost like a series of it.
A series. Well, if you've got any song suggestions, let me know. Happy to oblige.
You're asking the wrong guy. This guy listens to like. Actually, I listen to everything. So
there you go.
I'll come up. I'll come up with.
You got a list of things to do. You got to come up with some songs that you'd like me to sing. You got to come up with some boys.
Okay, how about I'll do all those things, but this time for you, you got to follow through. That's it.
Yeah, done.
Okay.
I'm here today, am I not?
No, you didn't. No. I really commend you for it. So yeah.
Thank you. No, it's been enjoyable. I haven't really spoken.
Miss Popular over here.
Sorry, my phone.
If you need to take it, you can take it. We can pause it.
No, that's okay. But no, thank you. I haven't spoken about this sort of stuff in a very long time, so it's almost like it's a therapy session. It's therapeutic.
I feel like sometimes it is for the guests and stuff, but then like, you know, like I don't try to push anything they don't want to talk about or things like that. But
you're really respectful in that regard.
yeah, and also like the guests are really, they all have really interesting life experiences. Like to them, they're always, oh, my life's boring. There's nothing really to talk about. But then I start asking questions. Like I was like, bro, there's heaps.
It unravels, and you're like, oh, hold on, there was a bit of trauma there, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you forgot about this, forgot about that. Wait, let's go back to your brother. So you don't get along with the older one?
No, but I was also in foster care when I was little.
Oh, okay.
When I was like 14, 15, I was in foster care, and my brother went to jail for a dangerous driving charge. Unfortunately, someone passed away. So that's also where the rift started. We hadn't really communicated, but my middle brother was always there. So it's been a long journey. We've got foster care, parents being divorced, we've got bowel cancer, spinal surgery, being homeless a couple of times throughout high school. We've just got the shitstorm of the relationship.
Okay.
It's a learning curve, my love.
Yeah, okay, let's talk about homelessness as a high school kid.
Yes.
How did you come about being homeless in high school?
My parents got a divorce, and then as they divorced, my dad became an alcoholic, and my mum was single. And my parents sort of forgot how to be maternal. Even to this day, I don't really speak to my parents anymore because they just don't know. They're like, I don't get the hugs, I don't get the I'm proud of you. Like, I don't get any of that. So that's another thing I'm looking for in a partner, is having an inclusive family where they actually like hug you and say like once a day. But yeah, my parents forgot that they were parents when they split up. And like I said, my brother went to jail, unfortunately. My other brother Michael had a leg injury, and I was just really defiant. I was, getting into trouble. I was doing stupid shit. I'd be getting arrested, as you do when you're 16, 15, whatever. Drinking underage, and my parents just had enough. My mum put me in foster care. I tried to run away a couple times. Before that, I lived with my uncle because my parents didn't want to take care of me. Before my uncle took me and I was homeless, I was surfing on my friends' couches for a little bit. I had nowhere to go. Couldn't even wash my school uniform, but I still went to school. I was surprised.
Oh, that's good.
Still went to school, never missed a day. I've always been really focused on my end goal. My end goal's always been, that's why I bought my house so young. And I've always
At what age? What did you buy it?
21 in Noble Park, and then 26 in Chudston.
Yeah.
So things like that is really, that's the drive. That's my main goal, is to never be homeless again, make sure I've always got a roof over my head, just all that sort of stuff. So, build one.
Have you slept say, when you were homeless, did you sleep at the park or anything like that? Or?
No, I slept in a park, slept on couches, slept in garages, slept in cars, bushes.
And you still didn't miss a day of school?
CHS, old people's homes. It was fucked. Not very good. And I think that with that, you kind of block out that trauma too. It's one of those things where you're like, ugh. You don't want to remember things like that. That's what the anger stems from. That's why I had such anger issues. And I would say really hurtful things to try and belittle people so they hurt as much as I felt hurt. Do you know what I mean? Whereas now I'm kind of like, I feel like I've gotten to a good place where it's happened. We can move on. I'm very, very good in what I've sort of done. And I think that if I keep holding on to this or keep deflecting in a way or keep making people, there's no point belittling someone because I'm hurt. It's better to say, hey, you really fucking hurt my feelings and I really don't like the way you handled that, as opposed to, fuck you, da-da-da-da, you're this and you're that. What for, man? Shut the fuck up and move on. Nah, done. It's just so much easier because otherwise you bring up that trauma again and it's like you feel like that kid that was abandoned again. Whereas if you just sit there and accept and go, I can actually make it better.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I don't really believe in psychologists or therapists, because imagine seeing them 2-3 times a week and all you do is talk about how shit your life is.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Make you answer your own questions.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. But having said that, I think it also helps,
from the profession, but from my experience talking about it, and what do you think you could have done? Well, obviously not break the window. Oh, that was great. Thank you. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate that.
Let me go back in time.
Doesn't heal anything, but thank you for listening. It's
right.
sometimes, but it has not worked for me. Antidepressants. and going to raves work for me. So that's
Oh my God.
my silence. It helps silences some of the anger. And when you go into a rave and you're punching and you're dancing and you're doing all that stuff, for me, that's my release. And I come home and I'm so fucking happy. I'm like, how was your day? What's going on?
Yeah. But having said all that, I think it does help some people if they do it properly with the right medication. It helps them, you know, like
definitely. Obviously,
through
go
the
to
trauma.
the right person.
Yeah.
Don't self-medicate.
Yeah. Okay, so you were homeless. How long did that go on for?
I was homeless for a couple of months, and then that's when my uncle stepped in
Yeah.
and took me in, and then that's
Wait,
when
didn't community housing help you out like back then or not?
at that age I was very young, and then
Because
my dad took me back in, and then we had a fight, and then I went with my mum, and then my mum was the one who signed the papers to put me in foster care, and then I went to live with my godmother for 3 months, and then she signed the papers. I went to foster care for over a year, and then my older brother Damien became my legal guardian just to get me out. And as he got me out, then my other brother Michael turned 18. He took over the guardianship, and Damien went to jail. So it was it's been difficult.
So in your eyes, you just
My brother's my keeper.
so in your eyes, you're pretty much getting passed along, and you must have been like so confused as a kid.
Yeah,
What the
thrown
fuck?
away.
Mum don't want me, dad don't want me. It's like, no, nobody wants me.
No one wants me.
That sucks.
But I want me, and I'm okay, and I made sure that I went to school, and I made sure that I studied business, and I made sure that I have got a vast vocabulary so I can get an office job, and I can make sure that I'm ticking the boxes and things that I wanted to achieve. I wanted to travel. I fucking traveled everywhere on my own dime. I bought all the things that I bought with my own dime. I've never asked anyone for money or a handout. So these are the things that a lot of kids fall into the pattern when they have trauma and they go through foster care or whatever. You've got two options. You either fall down that path and become, you do, don't get me wrong, I did some stupid shit, but there's a limit to what you do. You don't become a junkie, or you don't start breaking things and breaking the law to the extent where you can't come back from it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying break the law, but I'm saying do it smart if you're going to do stupid shit. And then you've got the other path where I can have that fun. I've had it, but what's the end goal? Because no one's taking care of me. No one gives a fuck about me. They've thrown me out. How am I going to make it better? And that's where I think I'm different. And that's where it comes, again, tying into the music thing. When you write your own music, and, I wrote the song Not the Same, if anyone gets a chance to listen to it. But that
Great
is
song. Great song.
Thank you. That is all handwritten. And it talks about like the red and the blue lights in the distance, like being arrested or having an ambulance and having all that trauma. And it's kind of saying goodbye, like I'm not the same anymore. So leave me be, and I'm going to go here, and I'm retracting from your bullshit negative energy, and I'm going to do me. So that's how, music has been really like a clutch to be able to survive.
That's
I
cool.
laugh about it, but it's true. Music is genuinely the only thing that keeps me going. If I wake up and I'm having the fucking worst day of my life, headphones, music, and that's it. Changes everything.
Yeah. Why don't you do like little clips and stuff with you singing that song? Because I reckon like that would be pretty sick. I want to start using it. I want to start using it now, like for like little silly clips and stuff like that. I want to start using the song.
Do it. Please do it. And then I'm going to start putting some more tracks. I haven't really promoted it that much as of late, but I think it's something that is to think about and to put it out there, especially the lyrics. I'm so fucking proud of that. The lyric, especially having a relationship that crumbled at the time where it came out. Everything was so relevant, and you don't think about it because I wrote it a year beforehand, and everything got released. That was like, it was like I predicted the motherfucking future. It was monumentally proud, profound moment for me.
So what's it called again?
Called Not the Same by Concierge featuring Danni Rodi.
Danni Rodi, exactly. I'll have you promote it as well, or not on this account because this is my friend's account. It'll be on my account. People be thinking like, who the hell is this guy? Sorry if whoever's watching.
Catfishing everyone. It's important.
I should have posted something saying, hey, it's not Lisa, it's me. But
maybe that would have been handy.
Maybe I should post it on the store and say, hey, I'm just borrowing her account for today to do all the filming, whatever.
Oh my goodness. At least you got a good friend that's willing to trust you with their social media. So good
yes. Well, what am I going to do with this account? Like, start, I don't know.
But I want to percent my love, so we need to. If you're going to do, I need to find charges again. I think that's still at work.
Yeah. There's so many more questions I want to ask you. Okay. So from there on,
Yeah.
do you want to tell the
Yeah.
wedding the wedding story with your brother?
No, not really. Me and my brother had an altercation. It was a
Yeah.
wedding. My brother screamed at
No
me.
good.
It was terrible. That
Yeah.
is it.
That's it.
Moved on.
No,
I
that's
can't,
good.
like I said, I can't really afford to bring up things like that because sometimes it's like,
Fair.
especially today, I'm going to share with you. Today is the anniversary of my friend. It's her birthday, and she passed away 2 years ago.
Oh, sorry to
And
that.
no, it's okay. And I just, yeah, to bring that, I already woke up having a rough morning. I didn't tell my brother, so to bring this up, and if I go home, it's going to be a shitstorm. And I'm in high spirits, so let's not bring up the trauma in the past.
No,
But
that's fair.
we've come so far, me and my brother and I. So I think that, you know, having that open communication, like I said, I never used to be like that. And you've seen how I used to be compared to how I am now. There's like, I feel there's a lot of change.
Yeah, compared to who she was, like even a year ago, maybe even just a year ago, totally different person. Like you're much happier,
I don't think.
and you're much like you're physically better, like health wise. That is because like let's just say sometimes you roll from one side to the other side, or like your disc or something, and you paralyzed, done, no
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
And the amount of like medicine that the doctors gave you is like
No, I don't even take pain meds anymore. I take anti-inflammatories. I actually haven't taken anything today. Can you believe that? I haven't taken nothing today.
that's good.
So I think that's phenomenal.
Yeah, and yeah, you're working on a new song.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's sick. Do you have like a rough release date?
And maybe actually I don't know because it's a cover, but I would like to reach out to other artists. I would love to work.
I know a guy. I did the interview. He's the second guest on this. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I would love somebody else. But yeah, I've got so many ideas of things I want to do, but I'm an artist that needs to hear sort of beat before I can sort of put it out there.
Yeah.
Although I have a diary with so many lyrics. I have voice recordings on my phone, all that sort of stuff. So I just would like to think that my next move, I'd like to really launch it into that sort of techno hard style community, you know?
Yeah.
I have a lot of songs that I'd love to compare my music to, but I really just want to find something like my own and just really kind of project it out there. It's going to be sick one day. Well,
Yeah. No, I can't wait. Hey, look, we can sit and talk for hours.
we can
It's like
I've been talking shit for hours.
it's been
We can do a part
over.
two. We can do a part two.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do like part 8, 9 for us. I reckon. Like, believe it or not, it's been an hour and 20 minutes.
I know, and it doesn't even feel time has passed by like that.
I know.
I don't know what freaking guy. Where's my portable charger? I still have phone calls to make.
I'm gonna we're gonna finish it here.
Okay.
But I would love to have you back, like in the near future, in a week, maybe a
I
week
would
or
love
two.
to come back, and it's been a pleasure. Thank you for opening up all of those stories. I think that, you know, we're not talking about it and now having that appreciation for it's like, wow, you've fucking gone through a lot. But yeah, it's been good. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No, thanks for coming on. And before we go, just say one last thing. Like you are the most like I'm not don't cry out. You're gonna make me cry. Like you are genuinely the most strongest person that I fucking know. Like you went through heaps. You're smart. You're very empathetic as well, and you're kind. And then like for other people to try and hurt you, they are the ones who are wrong. So whenever you get a doubt in your mind, or whenever they try to put this thing in your head where you're the bad guy, just remember me telling you this because you're not the bad person. You haven't done anything wrong, and
it's just why it's almost, it's not why that's like for me, it's more so why did these situations happen, because something like that was so beautiful and perfect and now it's transpired into a shit show. That's all it is. I don't think I doubt myself too much. I don't think people should have self-doubt. It's not anyone's fault that things don't always work out, but it's just a question of why didn't it work out, you know?
And I hopefully you can like inspire, you know, just one, you know,
if it's just one person, that's all it takes, really. One person just to hear that life does actually get better. Believe it or not, this is trying times, but it gets better. It gets a lot better. It's a lot more enjoyable.
Well, thanks again, and I'll chat to you in the DMs. Thanks, Danni.
All right, my love. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.